Today is a very big day for Indian diplomacy and a very big day for India-US relations. During the Trump era, a law was created by the United States to punish countries, its allies and partners, who dared to do business, especially defense business, with countries like Russia, North Korea, etc. India, as you know, has been doing business with Russia for many, many years. It's a relationship that in many ways predates our relationship with the United States. And after the threat of those sanctions has loomed large over India for the last 4 years, today the United States politicians, in a bipartisan manner, voted to set the ball rolling to give India a unique, world-exclusive waiver. Only India could have achieved this. It's India's biggest ever weapons contract with Russia, the multi-billion-dollar deal for the S-400 air defense missile system. Signed 4 years ago, these formidable weapons have begun delivery to India. But right through their journey, there's always been the shadow of threat. The threat of sanctions from the United States, a country that does not appreciate its allies and partners dealing with its adversaries. But the draconian Trump-era legislation that has shadowed India's defense dealings with Russia has finally crashed and burned. The US House of Representatives has just voted to clear the decks for a one-of-a-kind India-specific waiver to the punishing provisions of CAATSA, which stands for Countering America's Adversaries through Sanctions Act.
Ranking Member Rogers for making this amendment truly bipartisan.
The threat of this legislation had become a stubborn sticking point in India-US ties after the S-400 deal was signed, with sections of the US political system actively pushing for India to be punitively sanctioned. But the amendment pushed by Representative Ro Khanna clears the most difficult hurdle towards this waiver.
There is no relationship of greater significance to the United States' strategic interests than the U.S.-India partnership. It is necessary to affirm democracies. It is necessary to stop China's border aggression. It's necessary for us to lead in critical technologies. This gives a sense that while we're building this relationship, we should not be sanctioning India under CAATSA, and it also will help facilitate the India getting more of their defense from the United States and not Russia.
The Khanna amendment will affirm the United States partnership with India and push the Biden administration to use its authority to help India deter aggressors like China. Once official from the White House, the CAATSA waiver to India will be every bit as significant as the India-specific waiver that the Manmohan Singh government won from the US-led nuclear suppliers group many years ago, paving the way for the Indo-US civil nuclear agreement. Stay with India Today's coverage as we decode the big diplomatic victory amidst a world that has changed dramatically. Bureau Report, India Today.